So it's the end of the season, and we were bad, just as I wanted. Our 32-50 record has us at the 14th seed in the East, which has us slated to pick 4th in this draft. But this season wasn't a total wash. Vucevic managed to get himself on All-NBA third team, despite us being one of the worst teams in the league. Hey, I'll take it from my guy. But we are here for the main event, the NBA Draft Lottery. It's actually pretty tame for these new lottery odds, at least until we get to the Hawks, who were slated at 7, but they've moved up to the top 4. Them moving up has us back at 5, and unfortunately, we do not move up. It is what it is. We only moved back one spot. It could have been a lot worse. But this brings us to the question of, who are we going to draft? Because there's actually a lot of possibilities I've been looking at throughout the year. Obviously, there's the top guys in this year's draft, Cade Cunningham and Evan Mobley, but realistically, we aren't getting either of those guys. We actually don't even want to take Mobley considering we have Vucevic, and I doubt the Pacers or Thunder are giving up their picks considering the guys they have available to them at those spots. So that pretty much eliminates those two prospects for us, but as you know, we've been expected to take Jalen Suggs all year in the mock drafts. So obviously, I sent my scouts out to have a look, and they really liked what they saw. I had several of them say that they really believe he could be one of the next elite perimeter defenders in the league. His ability to stay in front of guys in college was very impressive, and with his frame, they think it'll easily translate to the NBA. I mean, who doesn't want a 6'4" guard who's a tenacious defender and can finish pretty well too? They liked his ability to finish through contact at times, and they believe in his potential to be able to draw fouls pretty frequently in the NBA, even if he isn't that great at them. This is where things start to get a bit dicey though. His shot is a major work in progress and will likely never be above average. If you can get league average 3-point shooting from him, you'll be lucky, is what I had one of my scouts tell me. They also said that while he is a great prospect coming in, he doesn't really project to be a star. He'll be an elite defender almost certainly, but his offensive game isn't strong enough to really bring him to that next level of player. So while he is a great prospect, at the number 5 overall pick and considering our team needs, they suggest if we can get a more offensive-oriented player, that would be a better move. So Suggs is likely out of the question for us, but there has been a guy I've had my eyes on for quite some time. I went to see him in person a few times during his time with the Ignite team, and that's Jalen Green. Jalen Green, to me, is the ideal prospect for our team, and someone that I think if he realizes his potential can take us to the next level as a team. He's a 6'6" shooting guard and a great athlete. His finishing around the rim is awesome, and he'll definitely get some Orlando highlights in the media with his ferocious dunks. His shot is also pretty much already there, and I believe that he will become even better in that area. He also has shown some flashes of being a pretty decent post player. I saw him take a few fadeaways from there with varying levels of success, but at 6'6", he could do that to smaller guards. But if he's going to be a regular in the post, he needs to get his weight up. He's 6'6", and he's also only 180 pounds, and that will hinder his ability to finish through contact, play in the post, and play defense at a high level. Because with his athleticism and frame, he definitely has the potential to be a plus defender. So he does have his problems, his shot IQ being one of them at times. Sometimes he'll miss the simple play or just make boneheaded plays from time to time. But I think being under Steve Clifford will most definitely help him with the fundamentals on both ends of the floor. So overall, I am in love with him as a prospect, and I'm willing to trade quite a bit in order to move up to get him. Other than those guys, I'll mention a couple more that we won't be selecting. Jonathan Kuminga is a freak athlete who's got an amazing slashing ability but can't shoot. He's also projected to be a pretty good defender, but he can't shoot. And we have enough people who can defend but can't shoot. But he is a very good prospect, just not for us. Other than that, you've got Greg Brown, Scotty Barnes, Jalen Johnson, none of which are close to the top guys as prospects. But I did mention moving up earlier. How would we really facilitate that? As I mentioned, OKC and Indiana probably aren't moving from their spots. But the Spurs, on the other hand, they are a young team who's got 2 of their main veterans expiring. So what if we throw them something like our 5th pick and that Bucks first? Or our 5th pick and Mo Bamba? Yes, I'm aware we haven't really seen him, but he wasn't that good this season, and Coach Clifford has pretty much made his stance clear on him. I think he averaged about 14 minutes per game on the season, and that was despite trading away Kem Birch at the deadline. So if we have to give him up to get a really good prospect, I'm completely down for it. But that decision is for draft night, which is actually tonight. Let's see who the Pacers and Thunder select. Wow, the Pacers select Evan Mobley. That's quite a shock. I guess Miles Turner's on the move then? And what about Sabonis? And then the Thunder, they select Cade Cunningham as I expected. So it's time for us to make our move for this 3rd pick. So we're going to throw the kitchen sink at the Spurs. Our pick, the 2025 Bucks pick, and Mo Bamba. And they went for it. So we've got the 3rd pick, and we are going to get our guy Jalen Green. So this draft was a huge success in my eyes. Now there's free agency where we have absolutely no money at all. But we got 2 guys who I think will be very valuable additions to our team. Sterling Brown is just a decent wing to come off the bench, can shoot pretty well, and is a decent defender, although he is only 6'5" at the small forward position. Then Harry Giles, who I really like. I think he's definitely going to help our offense off the bench. He's got a developing jump shot and is only 23 years old. He's still got a lot of potential to me. And I think he could be very good for us off the bench. So with all of our guys back, some progression from our young guys, and no major injuries, I think this could definitely be a playoff squad. So let's hope we stay healthy, and let's get into the next season.